Welcome back to World of Warcraft Classic Blind. We're getting all sorts of buffs, apparently, from this guy. Anyways, things appear to be wrapping up in Duskwood. We have to go talk to Jitters and give him crab cakes, find a jittery person, spoiler alert, it's probably Jitters, and find a ghost. These two are both over in Ravenhill, so we'll do the ghost one first. Old farmhouse on the hills south of Darkshire. Should be doable. But first,
well met.
We say goodbye to the Barreling Reaper. And we say hello to 46 silver. I'm not going to complain about that. Yep. It's just worse. Just worse than our new fancier axe. Also, we say goodbye to this cross-stitched vest. It's cloth, and we don't need it. We can probably sell this for more in the auction house. At least we'll try. It's a bag. And if we can't sell it for much more than 20 silver, we'll just sell it here. Or sell it at a different store. Probably not here. At any rate. We're looking for Blind Mary, an old farmhouse. Hills south of Darkshire. I think that might be in the Rotting Orchard. I think we've seen this ghost before, but we shall see. Don't think it's in the cemetery. Maybe it's here. We'll look around. We'll figure this out. This is more of a barn. Yeah. Not here. This is a barn, not a farmhouse. Oh no. He's coming. Oh, he's definitely coming, isn't he? Will this be the first time we accidentally run into this guy on the road? This is probably a quest, but we're not high enough level for it or something yet. A threat lurks in the wild. Nightwatch, be on alert. He's off at quite the pace, isn't he? Yelling it again. Super concerned, honestly. So we're going to be not continuing down this path. Instead, we're going to head this way. Into the Rotting Orchard. Where I hope to find myself a ghost. And failing that, we'll find ourselves a whole bunch of Nightbane shadow guys. In the hills south of Darkshire. Well. Yeah, I guess. Maybe. This is more of these guys. We get all of our super fancy buffs stacked together, make this an easy time for us. Sure are a lot of these guys here. Nope, that's just more of them. One over. that one just has, that house just has more of these guys. Let's try this other building over here. That looks like a barn. This might not be it. Maybe it's the next area over. We'll find it. There's only so many places. This is definitely barn material. Yep, that's just one of these guys. What I do see is a copper vein, so we're gonna go take advantage of that. Oh gosh. It's these hills again, isn't it? The difficult hills of difficulty. There's just so many ores up here. Ah, it's these guys again. There's iron and tin. Well, this is not where we need to be, but it's where we need to be. Yep. Yep, this is worthwhile. We were looking for ghosts. Instead we found ores. So, I'm not going to complain about it. Hey, mining level. How nice. So this is soulbound. I'll have to switch that out. That's a whole process. Won't be doing that right now. I'm a sneaky, sneaky boy. Coming in, stealing your tin. The other ones are just copper. Pretty sure the ghost isn't up here, so. Find this copper nice and quick. Behind this tree? There it is. Nicely tucked away there. Very good. Okay. European farmstead. We'll try over here. I think it might be. I think I recall a ghost next to skeletons, so that might actually be over in the graveyard area. Yeah, this is just the one house over here. It wasn't here. Okay. I'm going to try over in the Tranquil Garden Cemetery area. Somewhere in here, there was skeletons, and then other skeletons. This guy riding on past. We're actually getting closer to the point where we could get a mount. I believe that's at level 40. We're level 32. Still going to be a while, but making progress. So yeah, I think it might be maybe this house is what we're looking for. I'll try. We're trying here. Not much of a farm. Oh wow, look at all these guys. Just a whole bunch of dudes. I think they were only level 20. If they're going after that elite level 40 whatever monstrosity, they're going to have a bad time. Just saying. Okay. Nearly back into Darkshire again. This time, heading in a different direction. Okay. Spiders. Yeah, it was like the spiders and the skeletons area. This seems right. There's a house. That could be it. This might be it. Here's those skeletons we were talking about. There's a ghost. Blind Mary. Yep. Perfect. Precisely what I was looking for. And we got some free ore out of flailing around, so super win for me. Sob. Oh, please, don't look at me. I tore out these eyes with my own hands. Oh, but I can still feel your gaze. I'm hideous, hideous. Please look away. Hey, want to comb your hair? What is this? A comb? It's lovely. It glides in my hair as if it weren't the stiff, stringy horror that it is. Oh, if only I had a mirror. No! Take it. Take this comb away from me. I'm a monster and no one will ever think me lovely again. Return the ghost hair comb to Madame Eva in Darkshire. Weird quest. Weird quest. What do we think? I feel like these other two quests are probably going to have us return to Darkshire. So, we will just continue on our way for now. Even though we're really close, we're most likely going to be coming back to Darkshire. So we will just wait on that. Just difficulties. Never-ending difficulties. Go around this tree. Copper. Perfect. Okay. Now, onwards to Ravenhill. Ghost comb. Now with bonus ghost hair. Everybody's favorite addition. Let's see if we can dodge this crazy thing again. They're not screaming about it being a problem right now, so hopefully it's okay. Yeah. Okay. This quest here is pretty silly. It's an NPC west of Darkshire. And it's in this... Here's these guys again. Just a whole bunch of guys. Just 4 dudes. Hanging out. You guys okay? Just chilling. What are you waiting for? Onwards. No? Yeah. They're doing their jobs. Presumably. Don't know if I've ever seen those 4 grouped up like that around here before. Of course, we've also not seen a giant behemoth walking down the road, so who knows? Don't even know where it really spawns, per se. All I know is it shows up in town. It could spawn just outside town, for all I know. That would explain why we haven't seen it before. Either way. Alright. Here comes the first NPCs in anything describing west of Darkshire. Are you the spooky guys we're looking for? No, we can't even talk to you. Shocking. Onwards to Ravenhill. It's pretty easy to find the NPCs you're looking for when there's only like 6 people. There's the 2 at that camp, Jitters, the jittery person, and a random store guy in Ravenhill, and then the 2 people at the camp. That's pretty much it as far as people you've ever talked to or interacted with out this way. Could be prey to the beasts of the wilds. Well, probably not. Pretty sure he's here. If we have to find some one random dude in the rest of this entire area, that'd be a little bit much. Yeah, it's happened before. I think we know what we're doing. Which is a rarity. But I'll take it. Ravenhill. We have to make sure to be careful and give him the crab cakes first. Because I don't want to be doing something crazy and missing out on my crab cake rewards.
Good day to you.
See, it even gives the option. Return to Jitters. Unless giving him these crab cakes makes him super powerful, we've just doomed ourselves. But you never know. I'm going to accept that possibility. Eric Erickson, you're here. Do you have my food? Wow. Not even an interrobang, just another question mark at the end of that. He is going all out. Ah, thank you, Eric Erickson. Those really hit the spot. And here, please let me pay you for these. 12 silver. Yay. Find the shouty figure. Who are you? Leave me be. Why, thank you. Go away! Jitters sighs. Yes, I'm the author of that book. You finally found me, eh? Well, if you read that journal, then you only know the half of it. Return to Sven. The book you found was only half finished. I had to leave it at Sven's farm when I fled there. Here, take my completed journal to Sven. It describes more fully what happened at his farm. Well, this journal has been my only company these past weeks. If you get up, keeps me from having to face Sven and his wrath, then I do it willingly. And with Jitters' completed journal.
Have a good one.
If you say so. Completed journal. How many more pages is this now? Wow, 20 pages. This is going to be interesting. I don't know how much of the book was already here before, so we'll start at the beginning. My journal. The terror of these past few weeks is almost more than I can bear. Why is it that by writing words into this book, I can somehow keep the madness at bay? Perhaps it is as if I'm confessing my sins to a silent companion, or freeing my mind of these tortured thoughts and confining them to paper. I began a journal before this one, but it remains in a place to which I cannot return, so I'll start afresh. This time, I will start from the true beginning. It began with finding with the finding of that cursed scythe in the mine they call Roland's Doom. Yes, that was the start of it. Before that, the Defiance Brotherhood was happy with our progress in Duskwood. Ooh, Defiance Brotherhood? Before the scythe, the terrors of this place seemed as tame as Northshire Valley. But ever since I found the half of the scythe jutting from that pile of rubble in the mine, and, curse me, pulled it free, Roland's Doom became a place of vile death. If I had known what would happen, I would have cut off my own hand to keep from grasping that rune-carved wood. So many regrets. Always thought that was a privilege of the old. I now know that it is not the old, it is the hopeless who don the mantle of regret. Unable and unwilling to shrug it from shoulders stooped with misery. But enough waxing like a pipe-mad poet. I must continue with the chronicle. After the scythe was freed, a change rippled through the mine. Light from our flickering torches warped, and the strength of our voices seemed beyond our control. Sometimes a man's whisper roared through the tunnels, forcing hands on ears. Sometimes our shouts barely traveled a few steps before diminishing into a hint on the wind. Unnerving, yes. We did not have long to wonder at this strangeness. It was but a harbinger of what truly drove us from the mine, the Worgen. They came at us from everywhere, clawing from hidden holes at our feet and dropping upon us from silent perches above. Half our men fell in those first panicked minutes. The rest, including myself, tried to flee. As I ran, I saw so many of my brothers taken by tooth and claw, heard so many screams cut short or gurgled to silence. For all I know, I'm the only human to escape that place. I can only guess why I survived that night. I've always been cautious, always quick to flinch from jabs and leap free of pitfalls. My nickname, Jitters, comes from this trait. So perhaps it was just that knack for caution that saved me. Or maybe it was the scythe I pulled from the rubble. It cannot be the scythe itself, for I lost it during my frantic flight. But if it was I who brought the Worgen to Duskwood, then perhaps the Worgen afforded me a rare courtesy. Curse them. Or perhaps I'm doomed to witness the change I wrought on Duskwood. Perhaps it is my fate to watch as the Worgen tear into this land, staining it ever darker with their foulness. If that truly is my fate, then it is twofold, for the Worgen are not the only power to clutch at Duskwood. The fiends from Deadwind Pass have also staked claim. That is the next chapter of my tale, and I pray it is the last. After surviving the flight from Roland's Doom, I hid within a barn owned by a man named Sven. I spent a few days in the barn, and such horror lingered with me that I never once made myself known to Sven or his family. But from what I saw from my hiding place, I knew these farmers were quite decent folk. Had I stepped from my concealment, I think they would have taken me in, but trust is hard for me, harder still after that shock in the mine. So I remained hidden, and it saved my life. A few days after I arrived at the barn, Sven left his farm for Darkshire. He kissed his wife and smiled to his children and promised to return soon with toys and sweets. The poor man, that was the last time he saw his family unmutilated. At least they parted happily, and at least his wife was the first to die, and was free from seeing the slaughter of her children. These small graces do nothing for me. I saw what happened, and it will ever haunt my dreams. My hand trembles as I recall the details of that night, when Sven was away and his family was doomed to face the Black Riders alone. Again, regret claws at me, for I was there and could have risen against those fiends from Deadwind Pass. But it is a false regret. It is the same that plagues any survivor of a tragedy. I know that, had I left my place of hiding, I too would have been killed. My body ripped and torn, and its pieces spread so widely that I would not be recognized. But even though I know I could have done nothing to stop this heinous murder, one true regret does remain. I brought the Black Riders to Sven's farm. My discovery of the scythe not only unleashed the Worgen upon Duskwood, it drew the riders from Deadwind Pass. I know this because, just before they began their slaughter, they asked one question to Sven's wife as she held her children close, giving them what comfort she could, though she was certain death was near. The scythe of Elvni, one of the riders, shrieked in a voice both harsh and shrill, like the grinding of an axe on stone, and the last word, Elvni, it croaked, as if choking on the sound. Dread gripped me when I heard that voice, both from the horrid sound of it, and because I knew the scythe of which the rider spoke. It must be the same cursed thing I drew from the rocks of Roland's Doom days before. It was what the Black Riders sought, and it was what would kill Sven's family. I never learned the name of Sven's wife, as she was only ever called Dearest and My Love and Mommy by her husband and children, but I wish I knew it. I'm the only living memory of her deed that day, and although she was just a farmer's wife, never ever seen a man or woman act with such bravery. Of course, she did not know of the scythe. When she learned the riders sought it, in an instant a plan formed in her head, and it was bold and clever, if only it had worked. The scythe? She said in a calm voice. Of course I do. Who here wouldn't? She looked at the riders with steady eyes, and I would have sworn she spoke the truth if I had not known better. There is no way she could have known about the scythe. Her gambit paid off. The same rider who uttered the question before bent his head slowly towards her and shrieked, "Where?" "I'll take you, all of you," she said, and I could see a small hope flicker behind her eyes. "But the way is far, and my children slow us. We must leave them." Her trick was simple, but simple tricks have the best hope for success. If it worked, it would lead the riders away from the farm. She would be lost, but her children would be safe. And it would work, if only the riders believed her noble lies. Although I have never been a student of the light, I prayed fiercely for Sven's wife as she stood against those terrible riders. "Please," I prayed, "let them believe." They stood, frozen, and she met their gazes with calm. Then one rider looked up, as if hearing a distant call. He drew from his garb a small gem and peered into it. He then gestured with the bauble towards Sven's wife. The light crept from the rider towards the woman, shaped itself into a grim white hand. She stared into the light, unflinching, but I could see uncertainty behind her mask of confidence. When the hand reached her, it spread its fingers over her head, and it squeezed. Sven's wife stood rigid as a board, her eyes grew wide, and although her lips pulled back to mouth a scream, no sound escaped. After a few moments of this torture, the hand released her, dropping her to her knees. The rider who held the bauble then sat erect in his saddle, and a loud voice erupted from it. "This woman lies," it said in a voice that has scarred my dreams. "She has not seen the scythe." After this, the rider's shoulders stooped slightly, as if a spirit within him had fled, and then the old shrieking voice used earlier, these final words were uttered. "The Lord has spoken, kill them." I cannot describe what happened next. It is clear in my mind, but even my wretched soul cannot put to paper the events of those next few grisly minutes. I can only write that Sven's family was killed, and soon after, Sven returned to this grim, deathly scene. Such grief was in him that I was afraid to show myself, and so afraid was I that he would find me. I fled from my hiding spot in the barn. I do not know where Sven is now, but I pray he will someday find peace. I spent the next few weeks moving from place to place, never lingering for fear of the riders. I am now in the abandoned town of Raven's Hill. As always, hiding. I cannot face whatever power they used against Sven's wife, and I know its search is desperate even still for the scythe. It is lost to me, and I thank the light for this, for had I kept it, I know I would have been found. Even now, I know in my heart that I will be found. I'm so tired. Alright. Can I have this scythe? Sounds like a good time. I bet I find the scythe. That's gonna be another quest. I still don't know where this dungeon they're talking about is. Roland's Doom. We've got the Volgor Ogre Mound. Is it on Stranglethorn? It's not in Westfall. That's the Gold Course Quarry. That's the Ravenhill Cemetery. Maybe here? I don't think so. Might be there. I'm not sure. At any rate, I've got a book to deliver. Again. So let's make haste. Everybody leave me alone. Spiders, wolves. Don't have time for you right now. Okay. I don't know how much of a condolence this whole book is going to be for Sven, but at least it's some information. It's kind of amazing if this one guy is responsible for most of the horrors that are befalling this entire place. But kind of want the scythe. I know it's probably not a good idea, but I kind of want the scythe.
Need help?
Did you find who the shadowy figure was? Yes. That and a lot more. This surely explains much to me and sets me on the path against the Dark Riders. I've seen these riders in Duskwood, and I've seen them speak with the wizard Morbent Fell at the Forlorn Row. The who and the where now? Proving your worth. Morbent Fell is a necromancer and ally to the Dark Riders. I pit you against the power of Morbent Fell, but I will not send you against that vile fiend without first knowing your strength. You have already proven your bravery to me, but if you truly wish to face the necromancer, you must now prove your skill against his minions. Kill 15 skeletal riders, 3 skeletal healers, and 3 skeletal wardens, and return to Sven. Raiders, healers, and wardens. Pretty sure those are guys in the cemetery. Well, that's very convenient then, because that's where we are. And we can pop that on here. Raiders, healers, and wardens. Let's see how strong these guys are. I'm pretty sure that necromancer is in here too. That's a skeletal horror. Healer. He's level 27. Yeah. Let's use some buffs, shall we? Snapping. Coming in on our heavy sharpening stones for the first time. That makes our weapons even stronger than before. So that's 2 buffs we're getting today. We got a new, more powerful axe. And new, more powerful buffs. Skeletal healer. And he's a skeleton, so bleeds don't do anything. So we won't even bother trying. Ah, he healed himself. Technically, we could swap into our shield a whole bunch of times and do the whole stop their abilities thingamabob. I think that's a bit unnecessary. Now, this guy has a lot of more armor and weaponry and such. So he could be a little bit more of a potential threat. What do we got here? Slowing voice. Time between attacks increased by 25%. Movement speed reduced by 38%. Not a fan of that. A long bastard sword. Forlorn Row. Okay. So that's this dungeon, I suppose. Interesting. I think the problem is going to be if he puts us up against that necromancer, we're not going to be able to take him down. He was like elite level 35. That is just a smidge beyond our pay grade right now. Oh god, there he is. Yeah, level 35 elite. Not ideal. Well, this is an awkward fight. We're fighting over a fence. How peculiar. Dawning Wood Catacombs. I took the slowing poison again. Hate it. Hate it a lot. Guess we're so slow. Our slow walk is so slow as we slowly walk. I haven't found any skeletal warders yet. Figure out where those guys are. They might be down in this dungeon, I would assume. I don't think you even got the chance to heal that time. Where'd the boss guy go? Yeah, we got skeletal raiders. Yeah, we'll figure it out. It's pretty likely that these guys are going to also be here. So, I don't think it's going to be too much of a problem. He's all at 29. Wonder what kind of abilities Skeletal Warder has. So he got some kind of little hammer type weapon. Not that that means anything. Oh, what a big dungeon. At least there's gonna be plenty of skeletal raiders, so we got that going for us, which is nice. Hey, defense level. Yay. Let's have a fish. And here, a warder, healer, warder, healer. Well, that's less raiders than I was hoping for, but okay. Maybe there's more. How conveniently located, this guy. Maybe there's gonna be more raiders down lower. Axes level. Hooray. Yeah, that's just a warder, and a healer. Don't need to worry about those guys anymore. What we're looking for is more raiders. Asking you shall receive, apparently. Just a few more of these guys. This is a decently sized dungeon. And it's weird that the boss guy seems to be outside of it, but whatever. That's fine. Right here, a warder. A warder. I'll come over here. Oh, you're just in the way, so I'm gonna get ready. Getting ready, you. A slightly peculiar balancing of different enemy types for this quest, but whatever. That's fine. Raider. Oh, slowing poison. Why you gotta be? More raiders in here. Warder, warder, healer. Healer, warder, warder. No, I guess not. Interesting dungeon, though. So do we have to wait for the ones out here to respawn? That's a little bit annoying, but okay. I suppose we could spend time fighting these other guys, but... eh. There's one, at least. We just have to walk around more outside here. So 9 out of 15. Always happy to fight people that don't run away. Plague spreaders. No, that's not what we need. There's a skeletal raider over there. Wow, it's so spooky up here. Extra spook. Let's see what's in this house, I guess. Never been to this part of the graveyard, apparently. An oiled blunderbuss. It's worse. Plague spreader. I'm just waiting for raiders to respawn at this point. So. You're in the way, and you can bleed, so that's your problem. There might be more raiders around this area. Why you gotta be like that? Is that supposed to be an ability? Didn't do much. Getting more fishing buffs though, so that's something. Ah, there's a skeletal raider. Nice. Oh, there's another skeletal raider. Not so nice. Honestly. Now is not the time. To be taking on slowness. Now is the time for action and speed. Anything back here? Oh look, a campfire. Or oven or whatever you want to call it. Can't find any of these in some towns, but sure. The middle of the cemetery enemy area. Why not? Makes total sense. Don't worry about it. Hopefully there's a few more skeletal raiders upstairs and we can be done with this. There's a brain. Oh no. Oh lord. Oh, we got 4 people. Yeah, it's shield time. Anybody think it's shield time? I think it's shield time. Potion time? I think it's potion time. Jumping over fences time? I think it's jumping over fences time. Oh no. Oh, they're still coming. Oh man. We're running off into the forest. He's still coming. Oh, and our shoulders are damaged. Okay. Mutton chop time. Barely survived that. 2 close quarters for all those people. How very dangerous. Should have taken me down when you had the chance. Now I'm back. And I'm only being attacked by 1 guy. And victory is close at hand. Mana leached every 10 seconds. Oh no. And we're done. It's kind of the spooky mist. You would never know there's some crazy spooky mist right over there. Whatever. Back to Sven. Now, I'm just gonna warn you in advance. What we just did was nowhere close to fighting a level 35 elite, so don't get your hopes up.
Greetings.
Your skill in combat, Eric Erickson, cannot be doubted. Your resolve may yet see us through to the end of Morbent Fell. Seeking wisdom. Go to the city of Stormwind and speak with Bishop Farthing in the Cathedral of Light. Give him Jitters' journal and tell him you mean to face Morbent Fell. Although Stormwind has forsaken Darkshire, Farthing is a kind soul and very wise. He may help you on your quest to save us. Your mission is perilous, but hurry, Eric Erickson. With each passing hour, the shadows of Duskwood grow ever darker. Give Jitters' completed journal to Bishop Farthing in Stormwind.
Go with honor, friend.
Okay. We can do that. And that means we're going on a journey. Which is going to start by heading back to Ironforge. But that'll be next time. We've got a comb to deliver, armor to repair, abilities to purchase, a book to deliver, some stuff to sell. And we're not quite to the point where we need to clean out the inventory yet, but that's coming soon, as it always is. So, a little bit of housework in Ironforge, and then Stormwind, and then Darkshire, and then wherever else these quests take us. We're down to 2 in the Duskwood section. But this could very well be a longer series of quests to get actually to the point where they think I can take down a level 35 elite. But that's for next time. Next time. Goodbye.